All right. Excuse me. We are here the morning of the last day of the game jam. Worked long to the hours last night. Got 4 hours of sleep. That was good. I wrote some rules last night. Wrote them down, and the writing was pretty incomprehensible. I thought it'd be easier to teach the game with a video. So this is a quick video intro of our micro game. It should give you everything you need to know about how the game plays. Being a micro game, a lot of the excitement and challenge comes from learning all the ins and outs, but this will give you the quick mechanics of how the game works. All right, let's take a look at the cards to start. So the cards for How to Human have a few elements you need to be aware of. Obviously, there will be a cool monster picture in there. We'll have some funny quote on every card in the upper right-hand corner. In the upper left-hand corner, you'll see an icon and a name. In this case, it's eyes. So apparently having one eye would be considered uncool this week. Then on the bottom, there's going to be 2 separate card abilities. During the game, you'll get to play a card, and then you choose which of those 2 abilities you're going to use. And that's really all there is to the cards. Setup for the game, very simple. To play around the game, you just deal 3 cards to each player. This will be a 4-player game, even though it's just me and Rob sitting here at the table right now, but that's okay. After each player has 3 cards, 1 card is flipped up into the middle of the table. This is called the middle card. It'll be abbreviated with the letters MC on the print and play when we print and play, get that ready for show tonight. So that's the middle card. This is something that is considered uncool this turn. Okay, after we've each got our 3 cards, we put we look at our hands, and we pick 1 card to play. Now, because I'm the first person to play a card this turn, I'll be the first person to go. So I place my card face down, and I keep the other 2 in my hand. And then every other player does the same thing. Let's do this here to speed things along. Okay. Now, there's a little bit of information for you to go on, but we're not going to go into the strategy right now, just to how to play. So, I flip my card over, and I have a choice of doing either one of these abilities. I have the Stink card here. One of the abilities for the Stink card is I can switch hands with another player. What I'm trying to do is avoid having any cards in my hand that match things that are uncool, which all these cards will be revealed and be considered uncool this turn. So I am going to switch hands with this player. And that worked out very well for me. And then we just go in a circle. So the next person has a card that has 2 options. We'll say he uses top player, or target player, that's what TP stands for, switches their face-up card, which is abbreviated FU card, that will change, with 1 in their hand. So now I have to pick this card up and play a different card from my hand. So I'm gonna play Slime. So that card goes in my hand. So next player flips up their card, and the 2 options they have, it's that Eyes card. So I think he's going to pick one of the abilities this player can pick is the next player's card has no effect. And to show which ability you use, we tend to rotate the card so that the ability used is faced up. So this card is going to be revealed, but it's not going to have its effect. Which would have been fun because that person could have swapped the middle card with the new one from the deck. All right, now that all the cards are up, players reveal their hands, and they score a point for every card that is matched by a card in their hand. So I have 2 copies of Stink, and there are no Stink cards up here. So I scored no points, which is great. That's what you want to try to do. The next player has Claws and Stink. No Claws and Stink. Did great, scored no points. Now this player has Claws, but also has Scales. Now you never score for matching your own face-up card, but there is a Scales card out there. So this player scores a point, and we just give them a little red point marker from our box of bits here. You can use pennies or paper or whatever you want to track. The last player has Claws, again, no Claws out, but has Eyes, and there are 2 eye cards out, so they score 2 eyes, 2 points. Alright, that is how a round of the game plays. Incredibly quick and fast. And then what happens is you play at least 1 time around, so everybody gets a chance to play first, second, third, and fourth, and then the player with the least number of points wins. Or you can play to 5, or you can play to 7, or you can play to 10. those are some decisions we're still working on today, and we'll still probably be playtesting even after the game jam. But that's how the game works. There's a surprising amount of depth and fun here when you try to pick which card to play and then which ability to use. We're done. Gotta get back to work.